Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and today's reading is, as always, very interesting. I feel like we are in a really kind of an interesting intersecting moment in time where we're kind of reflecting on what we've been through, what we've come through, what we've accomplished, and also what we've been through, and then kind of alternating between that and making new rules for ourselves, which is a really interesting combination. And I think maybe the thing that we're not seeing quite yet is that we have more options than we even are giving ourselves right now. But I feel like we're actually starting to get playful with kind of our own ability to create on our own terms. So the way that's coming out in the cards is once again we have the Hierophant here, upright, in combination with Page of Cups. Now, this is a younger, playful energy. These are kind of polar opposite to one another, and it does feel like we're really kind of on the right track in terms of being able to, kind of in the best possible way, to be able to make things up as we go and kind of create new structure. Hierophant, like I was saying before, is very much about systems, structures, hierarchies, also conventional wisdom. But here, when paired with Page of Cups, this is it's both a young energy, whereas this feels kind of older and staid. You know, this is like, it's a little bit like master and student, except that, well, now it's as if we, the student, are becoming more masterful in how we create. But again, from this place with energy of Page of Cups, this is a playful energy. Cups are water, and water is naturally intuitive. It gets into emotional territory, intuitive territory, psychic knowing, and it's younger. And there is a kind of a Piscean thing going on. Pisces also being a water sign and highly psychic, with the fish here. And also, it's all the things that we ascribe wisdom to in children are in the Page of Cups. So it's a younger energy, but it's also playful. It's also the energy of a seer. There's that quality of knowing things from a nonlinear place that are also deeply true. There's a whimsical quality with this page. It's everything that would allow for building new structures. And yeah, this is such an interesting pairing. It really feels as if we've taken something into our own hands and we're in the process of reinventing it. And that is just really, really cool. Now, what we've come through, it almost feels as if we've come through these very adult and cumbersome energies. You know, here with Ten of Wands, there's just that feeling of, again, a lot on our plates, a heavy workload, and also feeling as if we really need to lumber through a heavy and cumbersome process. It's reversed here, but the way it feels to me is that we've just been having to move through, at kind of like wading through a lot of muck and just, yeah, feeling like we're slogging. You know, there's that feeling. And it's paired with Knight of Swords, also reversed. This is an energy that speaks to strategy. And here, the word that's coming to me is directionless. It's felt as if we have been carrying a lot and at the same time feeling maybe a little bit without a compass. But the present energy, it kind of feels like the tables are turning. It feels like we've come through a lot, and now we're in a place to actually feel all of that young and vibrant energy that allows for visionary leaders in our society, that allows for doing things in radically different ways. Kind of the other words that are coming to me are changing the system from within. So changing that structure, flipping it around and playing with it. Again, there's that very playful energy with Page of Cups. And then going forward, what I'm seeing is that we're kind of looking backward going forward. So it's, like I said at the very beginning of this reading, it's kind of like, on the one hand, all of this wonderful new energy is coming in for us, and we're really kind of relearning how to play and how to really feel lighter in ourselves. Even as we approach things that have felt very heavy and cumbersome. I mean, this is a heavier energy, right? So injecting it with that playfulness here and reinventing, I feel like there's a lot of that going on. And at the same time, we're kind of maybe looking past to what we've come through here, you know, and feeling some accomplishment. I know that Chris at Minnow Pond talks about this energy in relation to that sense of accomplishment. I think there is something about this freestanding wand that he talks about, but also I feel like it's all right here in this energy too, in this little world that's being held. It's that feeling that we have attained some kind of power and confidence and ability to get a little bit of perspective on what we've come through. So there's that feeling of balance there. Completion and balance, you know, there's that. But just ahead of this, we have the Lovers. So again, we're playfully creating on the one hand, and then also looking back with this very kind of sober, this feels more like what we attribute to being adult, you know? I've come through this. I've lived, I've achieved. You know, I feel like there's that vibe to this energy. There's that vibe to this vibe. And then just ahead of this energy, we have the Lovers, which again, to me, this speaks to other options that we haven't even considered yet, that are maybe just a little bit ahead of us, but they're there. And there is that message that when we're able to actually turn around and maybe stop focusing so much on what we've just come through, we'll be able to see these new options, and that will give us even more room for play and expansiveness and fun. And Lovers is also Gemini energy, and I feel as if there's a different kind of lightness there that would be friends with this energy of Page of Cups, because there's actually a lightness here. For as watery as this energy is, there's also a lightness to it, a lightheartedness to it, and a creativity and a whimsy to it that yeah, I do. I feel like, I mean, I know that Lovers speaks to harmony and balance and open communication as well. But I am also getting that, specifically that message of options, because Lovers also speaks to choice. And so the more we're able to be in the present moment, and believe me, this is this is every bit as much to do with me personally as all of you, kind of take the focus off even what we've been through, the more options will be presenting themselves to us for new ways to create, new ways to be in the world, new ways to think about things, new perspectives coming through, all that good stuff that gets communicated to us when we're open enough and stable enough and at ease enough in our present to let all that good stuff in. So yeah, very interesting messages here in the cards today. And then also I went ahead and pulled some artwork. And once again, this energy looks and feels like wings to me. I feel like there's this quality of lightness, kind of like quality of air, even as there's a lot of heart energy, and there's that, once again, that purple that speaks to mysticism, spirituality, but there's also, there's a lightness to it, and there's the way the wings branch out, there's also that feeling of moving toward expansion there, and being guided by divine communication. I'm getting that also from that little bit of blue down here. So a lot of our desires, a lot of our heart's desires, well, yeah, it's like we're giving them wings. You know, we're learning to shape them and actualize them differently. And I feel like we're listening in to the right stream of information, the right place within us that's wise, that's kind of all-knowing, all-seeing, that we all have the ability to tap into in one form or another. So that is really beautiful energy. And it's paired with this energy too, which I know this has come up for us before a few different times. And again, what I'm getting is that same message, that maybe it's that the foundation of our actions, our inspirations, our creative activity these days feels like it's coming from divine energy, and it so often does. I feel like that's kind of a universal truth, but at the same time, we're drawing on it more these days and more consistently. And so yeah, there's heart energy here with that pink and with that green. And then the white, I feel like the white speaks to that divine energy. It's what Abraham Hicks would call source energy, that we all have the ability to tap into. And yeah, I feel that it's like we're drawing on the kind of the exact right source of divine spiritual goodness that allows us to create more fully, more playfully, more satisfyingly. And I also get that feeling of we're at this really beautiful meeting point of, I believe the Chinese have a saying like marriage of heaven and earth. This feels like marriage of heaven and earth. You have this root chakra here, but it's kind of heavenward, and it's coupled with this beautiful white that, again, that to me, that speaks to that divine energy. And 3 also being the number of communication, it feels as if we're putting our plans into action in a very aligned, very divinely attuned way that allows us more leverage, that allows us more fulfillment, that allows us more creative freedom. And ability to see a broader range of possibility. And I do feel like that goes right back to the Lover's energy here. This, to me, this represents right now a broader range of possibility, new options. So again, we're going to be tapping into new ways of allowing ourselves to be creatively fulfilled, allowing ourselves to to reinvent old plans. And like this energy here, old ways of doing things, old traditions are becoming new because we're reinventing them. So this feels like divinely reinvented. Things that maybe would have felt really difficult at a different point in time to get off the ground. Here I feel like the ground, the root chakra, has arisen. These plans are off the ground. They're in motion. There's new life force there. There's new possibility there. So yeah, again, we're at a really interesting point in time where it feels as if we're on the precipice of realizing and maybe holding in our mind's eye that much more consistently that all things are possible. And yeah, how cool is that? Really, how cool is that? So I hope that all of you found this reading helpful. I hope that you have a very satisfying week going forward and end of your weekend. And for those of you interested in supporting me and this channel, please go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is down below. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye for now.